For this made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though. She like, they go. She like, they go. Okay. Okay. That knock. What it do, people? You're now tuned in.
Popovich.
Popovich
TV.
TV.
Oh yeah.
We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To everybody else, you already know. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. Talking about NoRE, now we on the run eating, like, you know what I mean? NRE. Now we on the run eating. Him and Joe Buttons. They recently was on the show. Queen's Flip was present. And we're gonna play a couple of it because it's like who they clowning. You know what I mean? Like who they clowning. I got an idea of who I think they clowning.
It's crazy. I'm looking at these rappers trying shows now. Because, you know, rappers from our era, and they are so failing.
So
isn't it great? It's great to see people fail.
They was wrecking Joe Buttons about that.
This is not good, man. Listen,
Flip like, yo, what's up with you
You
niggas?
can't take the blueprint and hire different contractors.
I agree with that.
They doing sports shows. They're doing comedy shows. They selling ass out there.
They selling ass.
They are selling their ass.
I heard this shit. This shit was hilarious.
Doing this for fun. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's a lie. We got them. We got it. You know what's crazy? I'm looking at these rappers.
This one clip. This is the only clip that I heard at first. I'm like, oh shit, they going it crazy. This shit is hilarious. Then I seen another clip with a little more context behind it. First of all, you know, people immediately from that era, you know, you got Jada, Fad. You know what I'm saying? That's the only 2 people I could think of offhand. I think CaM just recently came with them. Shout out to CaM, Killer CaM, like Harlem stand up, like, you know what I mean? They trying to say he did, like, you know what I mean? I haven't watched the show. I mean, so I don't know how long it is. I don't know like how they do the segments and none of that. I seen it on Instagram on his page. I follow him, you know what I mean, on Instagram and shit. And he in the suit and he talking with I think it's a white lady there. Forgot they was talking about Brett Favre. No, not Brett Favre. They was talking about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. That's the one that I seen. And so, you know, it got the deaths and shit, and I like it. I like the format. You know, obviously it's not on HBO network or a cable network, so it's cursing. You can be yourself, like on Popovich TV. Hit the subscribe button. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling, right? Like, you know what I mean? And so I fuck with it. Even though I didn't go look at the show per se and watch a whole episode. And it's, you know, not because I don't want to. Point being, also I seen Jada. Like, shout outs to Jada. We quote Jada on the channel all the time, you know what I mean? Top 5 dead or alive. And that's just off one LP. He got like a little sports show and shit too, you know what I mean? So to hear NoRE and Joe, and obviously in my opinion, they trolling a little bit, but when you read the comments, overall consensus, you know I be in the comments. People is like, you know, blacks hating on blacks and but you black. And that's you. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. I don't think it's that serious. You know, it's competition for the most part. These guys was out, you know, at the same era, you know what I mean, competing in the rap game, and now, you know, NoRE and Joe Buttons, obviously they are very successful in the podcast, you know, forum.
White guy. And they just think,
Let's check it out.
Say a couple of funny stories and it's gonna work.
Right.
And then they come out for 3 weeks. No, they do 6 episodes. When the 6 episodes don't work, they start to rethink it.
Right.
And you know what happens? Give up.
He like, you give up and not do.
Another
You know, they come out with.
And then that's trash.
And that's trash.
And then they start cooking.
Yo, when I ain't gonna lie, when I heard this shit, he like, and that shit is trash. And that shit is not pop of his TV. It's not authentic, you know what I mean? That feeling, it's not none of that. And whoever they talking about, you know, the thing is, I speak about this a lot. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's Fat Joe. You know, when the pandemic hit, he's another one that he was like, he's gonna be the Oprah Winfrey of, you know, the podcasters. And you know, you have people on the show. You got LL was doing it. Obviously, he referenced LL. Who else? Will Smith. Somebody else that he referenced. Noriega, that has, you know, transitioned from being a rapper to now being a podcaster. And it's not easy being a content creator. You know, when I'm not a content creator, I am a content creator. And even though, you know, I'm creating shit and some of it is just, you know, my life, and I got to talk about my life and how I see it, you know, shit, my experience and stuff that I've been through, you know what I mean, and me just kicking it, Popavisms 101, me making jokes and, oh, we fuck with the sports and winner, chicken dinner. You know, I still, you know, now view myself as that. And obviously these guys, you know, the Drink Champs and even Joe Budden podcast. So I follow both of them on YouTube, and I like both channels. They are very successful. You know, whether it's the, you know, the people they have on their show, the format of their show, the background, which my shit is fire. Shout outs to me for my background being fire, you know what I mean? And me changing it every other episode or whatever. So shit be in different places and you gotta look and be like, know what I mean? That part, I take time in that, by the way, you know what I mean? That's one of my little tidbits and shit when I'm getting ready for my show. Pop of his TV. They all taking shots at CaM or Jada or Joe. It ain't nothing taking shots at rappers. I think people in the comments that's taking it a little bit, you know, overzealously. Let's read some of the comments. Who posted this up? This is Hip Hop DX. Let's just read some of the comments. Y'all better count your blessings because before long, y'all be right there next to them sooner than you think. You know what I mean? This industry right here is the main reason why New York will never be on top. Niggas can't help but hate on other niggas. That cooking comment is a shot at TricK Daddy. Oh, low key. All right, so TricK Daddy did do it. Facts. He low key just dissed TricK Daddy. TricK winning, not him. It's better to lift each other's up. Now, I always quote on the channel that, you know, me personally, I never got to stand on the next man's shoulder to elevate my game to be great. I just elevate my game and I'm going to come out in my own way. And that's a Purple Tape reference too. You're going to come out in your own way. Like niggas be biting mad styles, stealing your words, try to flip it and bounce it before you get a chance to even shine on your own shit. I mean, like these happy-go-lucky niggas, every time you see them, they want to pop a little Chris style. It's like, if you're going to play that role, don't front for me. Don't front for me. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. You know what I mean? And whether that's a shot at TricK Daddy or not, it's like, listen, this is my take on it. Because a lot of our favorite rappers from that era, you know what I mean? Rap is not what it used to be. And, you know, to quote EPMD, rap is out of control. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Triggity. This shit is not the same as it was. And people ain't selling out records in arenas. And, you know, it's not like it was. Obviously, there's a lot of factors in that. You know, the streaming and, you know, the labels and independent artists, social media. People could do it on their own. And, you know, you can go straight to the source. On Master Farrar Muhammad with Busta Rhymes, fire song. You transitioning to try to do something different. You reinventing yourself. Whether that's on some acting shit, whether that's on some writing shit. And, you know, certain people, not all of us, one, if you live long enough, you know, then maybe you will, you know, be able to live multiple lifetimes by doing different things and being a Renaissance man or woman. You know what I'm saying? But for the point that I'm trying to make, you see somebody like a Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, is somebody who's dead and, you know, a lot of people hold near to. Was a basketball player in one life, a very damn good one of the best. Top 5 dead or alive, top 10 for sure. Then became an author, a producer, won a Grammy, you know what I mean? And you say somebody like LL, Ice-T, was a rapper in one life, then became an actor. You know what I mean? In One Life, you were the father. And all of some of it's spinning in a clip all on the same axle, you know what I mean? Like the solar system. But some of it is, you know what I mean? Now you're this. Now you're that. If you're able to reinvent yourself, you're an investor now. You know what I mean? You're this. You're fucking Sean. Like Sean went from being a rapper to being a criminal to being a motherfucker. Is he the governor or the mayor? Like, you know what I'm saying? You used to look at Akon, get into the political field. You look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. In One Life, he was the Terminator. And I'll be back. Hit the subscribe button. Then he's the fucking governor and sentencing TuKi to the death penalty. You know what I mean? The death by lethal injection. That's why you know what I mean? What Jada said, why they killed TuKi? Why they ain't give him life or something like that on a WhO song? You know what I mean? You a wife, then you a thot, you know what I mean? You a rapper, then you this, you're an actor, now you an author, you an investor, you know what I mean? You fucking come up with a cure for cancer, some shit like that. You live your life, you know what I mean? If you're blessed to have time. And I'm only mentioning that to say, like, for the artists that he's talking about, all of them, you know, the Queen Latifahs, the Will Smith, who they mention. You can't be a rapper forever. You can't be a stripper forever. You can't be some street nigga forever. And if you die and you think about when you out of here and you did it and done, maybe you can be a street nigga forever. Because once they take you out of here, that's all you really, you know what I mean, known for and remember for. And I'm not saying you wasn't a good father, you wasn't known as a good son, you wasn't a good nephew or a good, you know what I mean, niece and aunt and some shit like that. I'm just speaking in the manner of you get taken off the shelf, you know, whatever life, you know, stage you're at, that's what it is. And for some, again, you know, they're able to look at Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And what was it, 86? He said, you know, if I would run as the president, I would run as a Republican because they're dumb as fuck. Like, and that's you. And that's you. You know what I'm saying? And so we done with NoRE. You know, Noriega and Joe Budden. Is it hating? You know, it's competitive. You see Jim Jones doing the weatherman. Well, whatever you do, one, you gotta have that vigor and give the speech with vigor and pass the wine cooler, you big black, you jingling, baby. That's the LL reference. And they gave LL his props. Ice-T his props. Will Smith his props. Everything is not for everybody. And just because some person is selling beans, Popovism 101, and they get rich off it, don't mean you're going to get rich off selling beans just because they did it. Just because one woman individual set up a fan page only and they make $1 million, don't mean you should march the wooden soldiers, jump on FanDuel, you know, I was about to say FanDuel, jump on fans only, show all your box and your glory and the inner biscuits, shout outs to Mediatoria Reviews, and think you're going to get $1 million. Because you're not. You're not going to get $1 million just because they did it. And that's not to say that you can't step out of your comfort zone and try stuff. For CaM, we've been in movies and acting, and JD gave out a couple of good picks. We went against a couple of his picks during the football season. If you rock with the channel, then you already know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if it is little shots, so what? Let the challenge begin. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all is the vets of doing it. And so what? Let's see if somebody else can come. I know when they catch up to the channel, they're going to be like, oh, he been lit. We should have been. That's why I start the show in the, you know, the little monologue, my little intro. And I'm like, if you ain't been rocking with the channel, where you been? Like, whole fading them, Black. How you gave them now? Like, they're going to catch up in a minute. And then they're going to be like, oh, this is Popovis been rocking. You know what I mean?
But y'all know who it is. Popovis from Popovis TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.